inside LeVerge Casino. It is Super Bowl weekend. A lot to get to today. Obviously, we're going to talk about the game. Tommy's going to tell you what's going on at meatandpotatoesusa.com, the biggest gambling weekend of the year. Also, LSU basketball, men's and women's, finally some positive news. Both of them get wins this week. Kim Mulkey on fire right now. Had a big luncheon yesterday. Nearly 250 people attended the luncheon. They've got 3 more home games left. I got a funny Kim Mulkey story I'll tell you about that happened yesterday. And the Saints make it official after a couple of weeks of speculation where we thought Dennis Allen would be the head coach. That is, in fact, the case. And already we're seeing some additions to the staff, so we'll get into that and a whole lot more. Tommy joining us as he does during the middle of the week from Court Street Cafe. Programming note, we will be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. over at Tremonti's. But what's going on at Court Street, Tommy?
Hey, man, Court Street Cafe, a little steak for lunch, steak dinner tonight. That's a special here at Court Street Cafe. Of course, they're 7 days a week. Weather getting nice. Sit on the patio and have some fun at Court Street Cafe. Connect with them on Facebook and Instagram, and you'll keep up with the lunch specials and the dinner specials and all that good stuff. Court Street Cafe in Port Allen.
TK, first off, Super Bowl. What are you doing for the Super Bowl? You got any big plans?
I don't have plans yet. I got a couple of invites on the table, Ronnie, and, a game like this, I almost want to watch it where nobody's, going to ask me a question every other play. But, that's people that watch Sports Shorts Daily. They listen to Sports Shorts Radio. They listen to my podcast. So I'm going to come up with something. I just don't know what yet.
By the way, Craig Schilling, who said the sandwich review or COVID isolation again. No COVID isolation, Craig. I'm actually at a Buc-ee's. You've been to a Buc-ee's gas station before, Tommy?
Yes, I have.
So I'm at a Buc-ee's gas station. Had to go to a Red Zone fundraising meeting, a couple meetings, and now headed back to Baton Rouge, but stopped in. These Buc-ee's gas stations amaze me. Over 100 gas pumps. You would think they're giving the gas away for free. You would think they're giving away the food for free. It's not the case, but for whatever reason, people lose their mind out of going to these giant Circle K's basically on the side of the interstate, and that's where I'm doing the show right now. Pulled over on the side of the highway.
That's a pretty good one there, Ryan. Check out this. This is funny. I don't know if you saw this meme. Chance talks about the meme with Kamara. He was the only person that hit someone at the Pro Bowl. Did you hear the latest? His lawyer's trying to say that's not his character. That's not his life that he's been. Well, but it's on video.
Yeah.
He punched the guy 8 times, 3 after the guy was unconscious.
Craig saying he went to Buc-ee's this week. Craig, what's the best thing to get? I haven't gone inside Buc-ee's yet. So when we're done with the show, I'm probably going to go in there, use the restroom, get a little drink for the road. If anybody out there has been to a Buc-ee's and you got a suggestion on a snack, 1 or 2 snacks you got to get that are exclusive to Buc-ee's, let me know, and I'll maybe get that when I get done here. Tommy, the Alvin Kamara thing, I mean, what a sour note and a sour taste it put on the press conference for Dennis Allen. Should be a exciting moment. This is a lifer Saints guy who's been great for the franchise over the years. Sean Payton endorsed him. The players got to be happy about Dennis, particularly on the defense side of the ball. Got to be happy about Dennis Allen being the coach. And then all of a sudden, at the same day, Alvin Kamara gets released from jail. And regardless of whether he ever did this in the past or he'll ever do it in the future, it's on videotape. Obviously, it's 6:30 in the morning when you've been out all night. You're loaded, you're wasted, whatever the case may be. Him and his posse made a terrible mistake because that's what it was. It was a posse. Don't get me wrong. I chose that word on purpose because whenever a group of people attack a man and beat the hell out of him, that's terrible. I mean, it's a posse. That's what you shouldn't be doing. And the guy, if anything, from the video and the reports, if anything, the guy might have been a little intoxicated, might have been flirting with somebody's girl. But Alvin Kamara took it upon himself to put his hand on him, to not let him get on the elevator, and then didn't leave it at that, shoved him when the guy knocked his hand away, and then everybody else got in on the act and pummeled him as well as Kamara. That's a terrible, terrible deal. it's going to cost him $10 million, Tommy, at least a 6-game suspension, at least a civil lawsuit, at least endorsements. $10 million is the safe estimate that one minute mistake is going to cost him, along with his reputation, for the years to come.
I agree with you. It doesn't matter what he did prior to that incident. That incident speaks for itself, and he's in a lot of trouble. And it casts a cloud on the fact that, that Dennis Allen, 49 years old, was hired as the 11th full-time coach of the Saints. They've had a few interim coaches. And his first job, you got to talk about Kamara and getting a quarterback. Tough start for Dennis Allen, but he can handle it, I'm sure.
All right, we got a couple suggestions. Craig says go with the brisket sandwich and the fudge. There's Craig. Brisket sandwich and fudge. That's a winner. My mom tells me to go with the pulled pork sandwich. Man, pulled pork is the safe bet, Tommy. But the brisket, if it's really good, is good brisket's better than good pulled pork. Does that make sense?
100%. And by the way, ironically, Tremonti's has got brisket for $2.99 a pound today. $2.99 a pound in Tremonti's. It's been posted. Got to go check that out. Of course, we're at Court Street Cafe, but So anyway, I don't know which way to tell you. I haven't been to Buc-ee's that many times, but I know it's an unbelievable place. All
right. So Stefan says, word is the victim of the Kamara called one of the guys in Kamara's posse ugly. Yeah, that's reason to get your ass beat.
That was true. I'll leave that alone. But no, he's got some serious legal issues to deal with. Ronnie, we talked the other day, the laws in Vegas are very strict, much more strict than if this would have happened somewhere in the city of New Orleans or Baton Rouge. But wow, that's not good for him at all. Not good for the Saints. Not good for the NFL, because the NFL knew the police wanted to speak to Kamara before the game. That's come out.
Oh, they did?
They asked him to wait till after the game. So, there's a lot of layers here, man. This is bad news. Arguably one of the best players in the league, if not one of the best players for the Saints roster. And he's not going to be with that team, certainly not at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, when you're suspended like that, and I don't know the rules, because we've seen it a couple different ways from a standpoint of, can he go through training camp and participate and all that if the legal stuff is out of the way and then serve his suspension, or is he like suspended until he's back? I don't know. I don't know how this thing's going to play out. The bottom line is the Saints need Alvin Kamara. My mom says your mother is always right. She said go with the pulled pork. She's had the brisket and the pulled pork at Buc-ee's, and go with the pulled pork. All right, Mom, we'll go with the pulled pork. Or probably realistically, Tommy, we'll do both is what we're going to do.
I'm guessing you're going to do both. That's just a guess from things, from knowing you for 25, 26 years. I'm guessing you're going to do both.
All right, so talk to me a little bit about the Super Bowl, TK, from a gambler's perspective.
What a point that sat on 4 all week. Everybody, including me, thought that would move around a little bit. Now, the over-under is down to 48.5. That's down a point, not the biggest thing in the world. That line has stayed at 4. But, Ronnie, the Bengals are plus $1.80 on the money line. You know me, I like the money line. And then there's a ton of prop bets. I'm doing some podcasts today and tomorrow with Trey Blossman and Anthony Gallo, and we got some prop bets on how many yards Burrow might throw for, how many field goals will there be in the game. It's a lot of fun, and it's a Super Bowl. I posted something today, Ronnie. They're expecting $7.6 billion to be bet on the Super Bowl. Now, how they come up with that number, I'm not smart enough to know the answer to that. But it's the most bet on sporting event of the year. And a lot of our viewers and listeners to Sports George Radio are going to be on that. Aren't we at the casino this Saturday for radio?
Yeah, we're going to be at LeBare's Casino. We'll have the latest
we'll get all the latest info. I'll throw some prop bets out for people. There's hundreds of prop bets, literally. Okay, like hundreds of them that you can bet. And, of course, LeBare's has got the sports book. You can watch the Super Bowl at LeBare's. It'll be on every screen at the Stadium Club, where we'll be Saturday. Program and note, Hold the Rope Radio will be this Saturday 1 to 3 because of the Super Bowl Sunday evening. So you got Sports George Radio 10 to 12. Hold the Rope with Skip and Cano from 1 to 3 this Saturday. Get you ready for Super Bowl.
Real quick, got a Kim Mulkey story for you, TK.
Sure.
Got a text from Kim Mulkey. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before, saying, I think it was yesterday, saying, "Hey, have you, somebody was asking me if I'd seen you at a game this year. Have you been to a game yet?" And I'm
Ooh,
like, uh,
that's
and I
calculated.
I said, yeah, I went to the USC game. I was the only one I went to this year that, when they played #1 South Carolina. Yeah, I went to that game. You've been doing great, blah, 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 blah. Then I was like, oh, okay, well, great. I'll let them know. But then I realized, wait a minute, she's going through her phone and she's doing that to everybody, right? Like,
She doesn't have my number, so
yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
happy to give it. She doesn't have it, so I
She's
don't get
drumming
that.
up business for the last 3 games, just kind of putting pressure on people that, what, I
I
don't know if
like
I've seen you at a game, and it's well,
I
well,
like
well
it.
played
I
by
like it.
Kim. Well played by Kim.
I'm liking it a lot there, right?
LSU men's basketball finally gets a win, gets back in the win column at Texas A&M. Do you think they've turned the page, TK?
I don't know. We got to see more. They got to play Mississippi State Saturday night at home, 7 o'clock tip. If they can win that, then maybe they have turned the page. But A&M really looked bad the other night. LSU got up by 18, 20 points. A&M tried to shake back in. It didn't work. And the men got a much-needed win, and it was on the road. And hopefully they can get a big crowd into PMAC on Saturday night, 7 o'clock tip against Mississippi State. I hadn't seen the line yet on that game. It'll probably be coming out. It won't come out till tomorrow evening or even early Saturday. So it was a good win for Will Wade's team. They ran the floor well. They shot the ball. That's got to be their best shooting night in a while.
All right, we'll have the breakfast, the pulled pork brisket debate answered tomorrow morning for you, 9 a.m. on Sports Shorts Daily. I'm going to go buy those right now. Tomorrow, Tommy will have he'll have his prediction for the Super Bowl from a gambler's perspective. Obviously, we're all pulling for the Bengals with our heart, but from a gambler's perspective, TK and I will have our picks for you tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch of stuff, Sports Shorts Daily. We kind of threw this one together in a hurry with me being here at Court Street Cafe at Port Allen. You're kind of on the road with some business. So we'll have all that for everybody. Come tomorrow, 9 o'clock or just a couple minutes after. We'll get that going for you. And don't forget, you can watch the Super Bowl at LeBear's or make all your bets. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about it on Sports Shorts Radio Saturday when we're in the Stadium Club. Hold the Rope Radio 1 to 3. And of course, meatandpotatoesusa.com. We're going to have lots of picks there. Stephen Miller hit another basketball pick last night. He had Wake Forest -3. They win by 15. So he's been on fire there. So trying to help make some people some money here on Sports Shorts Daily.
Sad shout out Jeremy Giambi. I met him back in the day, played against him. Sad to see him pass away. 47 years old, died at his parents' house. Of course, his brother, Jason Giambi, a great major leaguer. Jeremy played 6 years himself, and a little bit of that with his brother. Sad story out of California yesterday.
You know what highlight he's in?
What's that?
Jeter came from shortstop all the way down to the first base line and relayed that ball to the plate. That's Jason Giambi being tagged out.
Oh, wow.
And that, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah. We flipped it behind.
And he didn't slide. He didn't slide. Some people said, ooh, he should have slid. But that was Jason Giambi tagged out on that play, and that highlight will be shown forever. Sad news, though. You're right.
TK, thanks for putting this show together last minute. We'll have a much longer show tomorrow for Sports Shorts Daily. Thanks to Court Street Cafe, and we'll be over at Tremonti's tomorrow. Until then, have a great one, everybody.